The Joe Rogan Experience.
You know what's the craziest story in boxing of the year is Errol Spence Jr. surviving that fucking Ferrari crash. That's the craziest story of the year. When you see that car flip like that and the fact that he got out of that with like a chipped tooth.
I mean.
That's bonkers. Thank God he didn't have a seatbelt on. I never say that. Thank God he didn't have a fucking seatbelt on, because if he did,
there's no way.
He would be dead.
There's
Probably.
No
or fucking severely injured, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, I was in Chicago, and it was the Usyk fight that week when that happened. And it was one of those things where it reminded me when I first heard the news of Paul Williams.
Yes.
And you realize, like, yo, yeah, these guys are warriors. They put their life on the line. Like, people die in the ring and all that shit. But there's also real life, too. Like, there's a whole other life with all its dangers and all the other ways that people can meet tragedy and hurdles you have to overcome. And that's the point. You almost want to keep them sheltered in a box between fights so that nothing happens. Nothing can taint what's going to happen in the ring. But these guys are just like everybody else to that degree. Like,
sure.
You know what I mean?
Diego
like, he's
Corrales.
young, he's rich, he's, you know, in this town where he grew up, and one night you make a bad decision, changes everything.
Yeah.
And so now, until we see him in the ring again, we don't know how that affects him. You just can't. You can't know if we'll ever see the Errol Spence that we saw before. Hopefully we do, and better.
How badly was he injured?
From what I understood, and I followed this very closely, not badly at all. Like, you're not wrong. Like, from what I understand, he had issues like teeth being knocked out, lacerations on his face, no broken bones, no
concussion.
I don't know. I don't know if he had no concussion, but he had no serious brain injury. He had no permanent injury whatsoever.
That's crazy.
But the mental side of it is that to each individual to handle, to be faced with death like that,
right?
At that age, like whatever the moment was when you were flying through the air, not knowing if you're going to live,
right?
You don't know how people adjust to that.
It's so bad because him and Crawford. God damn, what a fight that would be.
Yeah.
God damn, that is the fight. It's almost like I wish Lomachenko was taller. You know, I wish he was a bigger fighter, you know, like, because Lomachenko versus Crawford was really the fight that I would want to see. Because I believe Errol Spence Jr. is right there with them. He's a phenomenal fighter, particularly what he did with Garcia. But Lomachenko and Terence Crawford are two masters. When I look at them in terms of what they do to their opponents, they're the two. Lomachenko with that crazy movement and footwork, but Terence Crawford just figures people out. He finds a way. He switches stances. He'll start out southpaw or start out orthodox, then he'll switch up on you and start boxing you up. He puts all the data into that computer and then starts finding your weaknesses, and then he gets nasty with you. And I love one of the things I like about him is how fucking mean he is. Like, you know,
he's another guy who's like a sweetheart.
The nicest
outside.
guy. I've had him in here. He was great.
Yeah.
He was a great podcast guest. But once he starts putting it on dudes, man, there's like a meanness to him, you know? It's like you see he relishes in it. When the dudes go down, he gets a kick out of it, you know?
Yeah, there's that killer instinct.
Oh,
but these fights, there's no replacement for them. You can see Terence in a great fight. You can see Lomachenko in a great fight, Spence in a great fight. But if they're not fighting each other, we just won't know. Because once you get to an elite level, everybody's so good, you can't say you know how this is going to turn out.
Right.
And so
Lomachenko's too small. I mean, I don't think he's ever going to fight Terence.
I mean, there was a time when the Mikey Garcia fight could have happened with Lomachenko at 35. I don't think he should ever fight at 40 or above. I think he'd say the same.
But when you see what Mikey Garcia would happen to him when he went up against Errol Spence, you see, Errol's just way bigger and stronger and better.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a 147-pound division.
Yeah, and he's jacked. Errol Spence is just jacked at 47, like ripped and shredded. And at the weigh-in, when I looked at two of them, I was like, wow, that's a difference.
Right.
There's a difference there.
Again, by the time fight night's on, you fight in the middleweight.
Errol's even bigger. I think him, and hopefully he's okay. And he said he's getting back to the gym and getting back after it. Him and Terence is the fight. That is the fight.
It's a fight, and it's got to happen.
It's got to happen.
And neither one of them fighting anybody else will tell us more about what's going to happen when they fight each other.
Errol Spence is back in training, right? He's training again,
Yeah,
isn't he?
yeah, and has been for a while. At least that's what the reports say.
So are they trying to make something happen soon? Is there an idea of like
I
a timeline?
believe. I think he's thinking like May. Like
Really?
that's again. These are
We're in
this is the
February.
talk.
That's
Yeah,
only
I
3 months.
know.
It's 3 months.
I
from
know.
now. I'm very excited.
And he's the kind of guy that's going to want to jump right back into the deep water. Like I don't think he's a
Right.
tune-up fight type of dude.
No, not after the Garcia fight. I'd like to see that one live. That's when I might go to see that one live.
Yeah,
Yeah. I hope it's
might shape up
if it's
to be
a
hell of a
T-Mobile
year.
or something or MGM. I might fly in to see that one. That's a very, very, very interesting fight to me.